Okay, let's do this, guys. Welcome to the channel, and in this case we have this angry black gentleman asking what's white culture, implying it does not even exist, and then we have Mark Dice giving an incorrect answer. I'll try to summarize over 2,000 years of history in less than 10 minutes or so. Give me a break. It's not going to be easy. Certainly it's not going to be complete, but I'll give it a shot. And if you enjoy being enlightened, as you will after watching this video, no doubt, and you want to learn more, you can subscribe to the channel. You also have my books, which I write about survival and preparedness. Very important given everything going on. Surviving the economic collapse, street survival skills. What is it that this gentleman said? Let's listen to him. Okay, here we go. Let's put the volume here right now.
As the United States was created, why would you drive them away even further?
What the is white culture? Break that down for me, Billy Bob.
Well, it's American culture because...
No, it's not. It's not American culture. It's actually way older than America itself. But, you know, summarizing it it's basically everything you're wearing and you know, and even your language, everything. It's 99% created in one way or another by some white dude, right? Even the glasses you're wearing. No, it's not Benjamin Franklin. I think he made bifocals, credited with inventing bifocals. Okay. Salvino da Matiri invented the first pair of wearable eyeglasses in Italy in the 13th century. Okay, that gives you a clue as of what is white culture. Well, white culture goes back way beyond America. I mean, you probably are familiar with this. This is a Lincoln Memorial, right? Yeah, this is a structure that is, well, it's actually borrowed from a much older civilization that's about 2,000 years old now. Because these people are not black, they don't feel that this is cultural appropriation, even though they would have a very strong case. Now, you're talking about Pericles. You're talking about 500 years before the birth of Jesus Christ, right? This is the guy that, well, golden age of Athens. This is the place in which politics, democracy was created, and all of these things that now have such a negative connotation, these are the things that allowed for civilized behavior. These are the things that allowed for societies to exist and thrive. If you could not resolve your disputes by other means besides violence, you would not have societies at all. And this is where it basically all got started. Now, you may wonder, well, there's been other civilizations before, yeah, that were huge, enormous. Yes, not quite like this one though. Not quite like Greek and Roman civilization. And there's a very strong impact in what you know today as the Western civilization. This is where it really got started, okay? Fascinating. Now, on the other hand, for the gentleman here that's asking what's white culture, right? That was his question.
What the is white culture?
Well, okay, we'll go more, but let's first look at the beautiful culture that he probably believes. Well, this is the culture that he probably associates with a lot more. This is still structures being built today with cow dung, all right? This is the way in which they still make houses and buildings today in Africa. Now, I'm not being critical. I think this is pretty ingenious, and I'm not judging. I'm just saying, today, all right, today, 2,000 years ago, over 2,000 years ago, 2,500 years ago, actually, if you want to be a little bit more accurate, right? This is, and it's not just about buildings, because, you know, buildings are interesting and they tell a story, but what about the actual cultures? Well, here we have this delicious dish being prepared. Okay. Yeah. The entire head of this small animal with fur and all goes into the preparation. And this is today, right? This is today. This is the culture today. Now, I'm not judging. I think it's that little guy there that goes into the pot. This is all wonderful, right? This is all wonderful. But this is the culture that he apparently believes is a lot more important than the culture from these white dudes over here, right? He is simply wrong. That is not correct. This gentleman enjoys everything, you know, from his Swiss watch to his lenses, because of this white culture that he believes does not exist. What is what culture that? It's Europe, it's Greece, it's Rome, It's everything that incorporated into that, strongly, very strongly leaning into Catholic religion, into Christianity, into something that he probably thinks is disgusting. Well, this is where it all comes from, right? With this foundation of politics, democracy, civilization, resolving your conflicts, sometimes by war, very effectively so. These people were not, they were not, all of these white, blonde people that he hates so much and whatnot, all of these white European people that he believes did not contribute anything to civilization. Well, these are the ones that ended up evolving into this sort of thing, right? And it's art, but it's also technology. It's inspiring humanity to do better. These buildings, some of these are over 500 years old. These are from the Sistine Chapel. If you haven't been there, I suggest you do that. Whatever you think money is better being spent on, you're wrong. Go to this place, actually go there, see it for yourself, and understand where all of this comes from and where it started. Between the 1500s, 1512, under the patronage of Pope Julius, Michelangelo painted the chapel ceiling, a project that changed the course of Western art and regarded as one of the major artistic accomplishments of human civilization. All right, that's where it all, and it's religious, but you don't even have to believe in anything. You don't have to believe in Jesus. You only need to understand that this guy, right, he had an idea that was different from his time. Before him, everything was about power. I'm stronger than you, I dominate, and I do with you whatever I want. This is the way in which a lot of the world still works. This man was not born in Europe, but his idea strived in Europe. That's the big difference, all right? You understand that? You don't have to be religious. You simply need to understand that there was a guy, historically speaking, there was a person one day that said, no, it's not an eye for an eye, it's putting the other cheek. No, it's not destroying the people that I don't like. It's about compassion. It's about humanity. It's about believing in goodwill, being better for all of us, being better for everyone. Now, I'm not saying horrible things have not happened since then, because they certainly have, even in his name as well, right? But you cannot deny that this is the way in which civilization for humanity has gone. And it's not because of these guys, it's because of these guys. It's because of this dude and his ideas. And if you're still confused about it, about who is it that actually got him nailed to a freaking cross, well, dude, it is still happening right now, because even till this day, his house is still being bombed in the same damn place, right? This and this right here. This is actually from Lebanon, where the same people bombed the Catholic Church in Lebanon. This is just from a few days ago in Gaza, okay? It's not all the same. Not everything is the same. Not all cultures are the same. Not all cultures have contributed to the advance of human civilization in the same way. I just explained you in a very quick manner 2,000 years of human evolution, which apparently this American man did not understand, and neither did Mark Dice. So I'm just trying to enlighten you all with a little bit of history here. Okay, folks? Take care. Have a great day.